Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to do a reading on Mike Bloomberg. People have been asking me to read on him. He's spending untold amounts of money on this election. He has said that even if he isn't the Democratic candidate, he'll still run those ads. He wants Trump out of office. I've had a quick look at his bio. He's a self-made man, which I didn't know much about him, I must say, before I read it. And he's got quite a sophisticated website, as you would imagine a multi-billionaire would have, and a media baron as well. He's got a lot of resources behind him. He was a self-made man. His father was a bookkeeper and undertook clerical duties, as I understand it. He tells a story around his father donating to the NAACP. Let me just go back to that. It struck me that he is mentioning this. Let me just go back to that. Yeah, it's in the opening paragraph of Mike's story. One of Mike Bloomberg's earliest memories took place around his family dining room table. His father, a bookkeeper at a local dairy who never earned more than $6,000 a year in his life, sat down and wrote out a $25 or $50 check to the NAACP. When Mike asked him why, his father responded, because discrimination against anyone is a threat to everyone. That's a nice line there. He was mayor of New York for 12 years. One has to wonder why didn't reign someone like Donald Trump in then. He is pretty determined. I think he entered the race late. I feel when he saw Biden being besmirched by Trump, when he saw the rise of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, of course, it spurred him on to enter the race and cover those bases so that America still is the bright shining star of capitalism. Now, I'm being a tad cynical here, and I shouldn't be. Certainly, his bio is quite profound, and anyone who can beat Trump is a better choice than Donald Trump. Anyone. So with that, Mike Bloomberg, I think my intuitive impressions of him is that he could do a lot of good. Really, from where I sit here in Australia, all I want is Donald Trump out of office. So whoever has the best chance of beating him cuts across, I feel, partisan lines. Let's have a look at Mike Bloomberg. We'll ask a series of questions. Could he beat Trump? I think is the first one. Could Mike Bloomberg, media baron, ex-mayor of New York, multi-billionaire, man with resources to bring to bear on this campaign, could he beat Donald Trump? Okay, so I'm getting the picture of the judgment card, so that's something coming to an inevitable end. It could be Trump's not even there by November, because when I get those kind of images, there's a possibility. So we've got several possibilities at this moment, and which one is going to be the future, I feel that is currently being determined. It's certainly very possible that Trump won't even won't even be there by November the 2020. But if he is, let's have a look. We'll ask, can Mike Bloomberg beat the Republican candidate? Yes, I feel he can. Can Mike Bloomberg beat the Republican candidate? I'm getting someone's in handcuffs. All right, let's keep going. So we've got temperance and balance. He could bring a balance back into your politics. He would certainly bring sanity and a degree of healing after the lost years of Donald Trump. We have he's challenged by the money, basically, loans and debts. Who he's in debt to, who would have leverage over him. Not that, he is a very wealthy man, but he's also has his own agendas as well. So he would bring balance back into things, but I think people perceive him as another billionaire. Not that we think that Donald Trump is, but another man of money. Is it time for a woman president? Can we get away from the billionaires? What's his motivation? Let's keep going, and we can ask that. So the King of Cups, he's certainly a reasonable man. I don't know much about him, but for the King of Cups to come up here in this reading, along with Temperance, they're actually good cards. Imagine if we were doing the same reading on Trump, we would get the Devil and the Death card, and then we'd get the Magician. So we're not getting those yet. In the past, we've got the Two of Cups. Now, these are relationships that he's had with people in the past, and I'm feeling, I don't know much about his mayoral years, but some alignments that he's had could come back to bite him. We've got the Hanged Man in the future. It's only a potential future, so that is interesting. It's showing me that there is a risk of his campaign not going forward in some way. It could be he's just not chosen by the Democratic Party. But we've also got the Ace of Cups in the immediate future, so he is gaining ground. He's taking great strides, I feel. He's almost like the quiet campaigner. I look on his website, there's a lot of work that he is doing that may not necessarily be making the front page, but he's certainly winning over people with that Ace of Cups. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. We've got high levels of emotion here. Right now we've got the Five of Cups, and that is loss. That's in the here and now. Let's see what's around it. Justice. Okay, so this could be picking up on the wider climate in America, that voters feel that they have been disenfranchised and that they are wanting a balancing of the books with that justice card. Let's keep going. Is he capable of beating Trump? I feel those two cards are Trump's cards. Let me just bring the laptop down. This reading is also being done with my Aquarian deck. So people are looking for change. They're looking for this King of Cups, energy. They're looking for new starts. They've got a lot of emotion tied up in this. Right now they're feeling they have lost and that justice needs to be done. We have the hopes and the fears. The hope of the new start and the fear that the truth will be subverted yet again. And in this deck, it's interesting. The sword is positioned in the wrong way up. Usually, when we see it in the tarot, it's pointing skyward. What this is telling me is that voters will brook. They won't. They've drawn a line in the sand. They've dug that sword into the ground. This is a people's president that they want in future. They want the truth to be guarded by that sword. So this is a different condition that the Democratic candidate comes into, even amongst Democratic voters. We have the Moon card. So, can he beat Donald Trump? I feel Bloomberg has, I guess, secrets of his own. We've got the Four of Swords. Now, that could be Trump's card, and we've got the Five of Pentacles. We've got a loss here. Let me just see what's at the base of the pack. He's got money to spend. There's certainly this is a winning, I guess, initiative strategy for the Democratic Party. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow-moving knight. So I feel that his campaign is a lot stronger than what we're currently perceiving. But I'm a little bit worried about this Moon card and the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Swords. This could be the deceit of the current presidency. Let me just drill down on this Moon card secrets. Somebody being wounded. Show me this Moon card. Could he beat Donald Trump? Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles. It's not giving me clear cards, I'm afraid to say, and we've got Review. Something else is at play here that these cards are not coming at me in a forthright manner. Bloomberg will get the runs in the shorter term, but in the longer term, I'm not even sure that he's going to be the candidate. We asked, could he beat Donald Trump? He carries his own secrets. Put it like that. But it's difficult to say with so much energy around Donald Trump and what's going on at the moment. It's difficult to see. That energy didn't influence that reading. As soon as we mention the Trump name, the moon card seems to jump out of the pack. Let's see if we'll take it a little bit more simply, and we'll ask if Bloomberg will be the Democratic candidate. Will Bloomberg be the Democratic candidate? Mike Bloomberg, multi-billionaire, running a lot of ads. It could be that Trump is thinking of bringing something out that he might know about Bloomberg. Bloomberg is a heavy hitter. I don't know how Trump would go with those sort of antics that he brings forward all the time. Bloomberg is very established, very well connected. He's sort of like the heavyweight to Trump's lightweight. But let's have a look. Will Bloomberg be the Democratic candidate? I don't think so. All right, we've got the Knight of Rods, so we've got action, we've got inspiration. He's prepared to take the action, but he's being challenged by the Two of Pentacles. This is juggling things, keeping things. This could be his past. I'm just getting a draw to some of the decisions he's made in the past might come back to haunt him. We have the Seven of Cups, so it's a difficult thing to make the choice. There are not clear choices at this moment, and it could be that someone that we haven't even considered at the moment is yet to come forward. The Three of Cups, we've got celebration in the past, coming together, circles of support. He's certainly well perceived, I feel, as a Democrat, as a member of the Democratic Party. I feel he's given a lot to the Democratic Party over the years. He has support within the party. The Three of Rods, commerce and expansion as a potential future. There are three, I feel. Three, we narrow it down to three, and Bloomberg, I feel, is one of them. But the immediate future, we've got the Eight of Swords, restriction, anxiety. We've got this Two of Pentacles. Somebody's going to bring something. The Republicans, again, just like they did to Joe Biden, as soon as Bloomberg starts to get some traction, they will try and take him, restrict him in some way. I don't think it's going to work because really he just has so many resources to bring to bear. Right at the moment, the Ace of Swords, he's looking good. His star is on the ascendant. We've got the Magician in the environment around. He's working hard. He's got this fire energy as well behind him, a lot of motivation, and I'm just getting a draw to the truth here. So regardless of his money background, there is a motivation within Mike Bloomberg to get rid of this president. I feel he sees the writing on the wall for the country. He wants to, bring it back, rein in the damage. The hope and the fear, the wheel of fortune, things must improve, things must get better. These are worried people. We've got the Six of Rods. Now, this is victory. It's also a yes card. And we've got the Four of Rods, which is my card for the Democrats. Some pretty good cards there. And the Knight of Pentacles, this slow-moving knight. What's at the base of the pack? Right now, he's working hard. We do have the Tower, and we do have the Four of Pentacles. Something else, but this could also be picking up again on Trump. Something else I feel, let me be bold here, I feel that somebody's going to bring something out about Bloomberg. It's going to do him short-term damage. He looks pretty victorious in the longer run. Now, whether that is as the Democratic candidate or whether that is propelling the Democratic Party to victory, which he said he's going to do. He won't. If he's not the candidate, he's going to keep with those ads, keep spending that money, keep campaigning. either way, there's victory for the Democratic Party when it is aligned or connected with Mike Bloomberg. So from that point of view, it's a win-win. His campaign is going to accelerate. He is doing quite well, probably because he's spending loads of money, but he's still, at the moment, I feel with that Two of Pentacles, there's some kind of juggling. We had that Moon card. I feel in the shorter term, there's going to be some damage to his campaign, but I feel he's going to recover one way or another. Will he be the Democratic candidate? If I was just to read those cards, I got the Six of Rods, that's a victory card, clarified by the Four of Rods, which is, again, a celebration within a party, a community. It's my card for the Democratic Party. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. His energy, his campaign is making slow but steady progress. So he could be, but there's something else that's going to come out before then. Either way, it's possible that he may be, but it's also possible that he helps to propel the Democratic Party toward victory. When he sees the end of Trump, when he sees the victory for the Democratic Party, that is a victory for him, I feel. So let's, because people wonder about his motivations, why is Mike Bloomberg standing? I'm getting a real strong pull to that energy. He wants Trump out. He feels that Trump is doing untold damage to the country. He wants things. He is, as a self-made man, he's kind of like the American story in some way. Or one part of the American story. And I feel that he wants to preserve the America that he grew up in. Is that the right choice? I don't know. We've got the Ace of Rods. He's very motivated, very, very motivated to take Trump out is what I'm feeling. So why is Mike Bloomberg standing as a Democratic candidate? Why is he throwing his hat in the ring? Why is Mike Bloomberg throwing his hat in the ring, standing as a Democratic candidate? Why is Mike Bloomberg at this point in time standing? Okay, so we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Again, to preserve this way of life, but also this goes to the perception around Sanders and Warren that they're socialists and that somehow the elites are going to suffer. I have to be honest with what I see. He is troubled by the deception of Trump. So again, these are also Trump cards. So it is the deception that is challenging. Trump is challenging the way of life for not just, I guess, moneyed people, but also for the America that he knew. Because I get a strong draw to the fact that he is really perceiving Trump's deception and lies as the last straw. We've got the Ten of Swords. He wants Trump out, basically. He wants Trump out. With this Ten of Swords, he feels that we've been taken as low as we can go. He is genuinely concerned about the future if Trump was re-elected. He has felt the same sense of loss as others have felt under this president. The Page of Cups, an offering, but also some news here. I feel he's going to articulate strongly at some point in the future, I guess, why he's standing. He may know something. He may bring out some sort of information. I feel with this Page of Cups, it's a communication. It's something that's likely. I feel that Bloomberg could bring out. With this Knight of Rods, he's taking action. He's inspired, I feel, by, now let's not forget he's a media baron. He may know something. He is inspired at the end of the day to affect change. Right now, there is this same reflection with this Hermit. It's also the card for Virgo, this same reflection and introspection around the detail. Bloomberg is not missing the detail. We might get the overarching news. Bloomberg is getting the detail, and it is bothering. It is worrying him. The High Priestess, I feel he does know things that we don't know. I really do. I feel that there are things here because of his media ownership, things that he's finding out. It's this deception here that he is wanting to change. Again, we've got the hopes and the fear. It's a karmic destiny card. This Wheel of Fortune is for us all, and Mike Bloomberg is standing in the crowd with us. The Page of Swords, there is this spy in the camp. I feel he has heard more than we know. The Seven of Rods, this having to defend oneself, and we've got the King of Rods. So bold leadership, I feel, wanting to step forward, come into the breach in case Biden's candidacy goes belly up. He's wanting to ensure that the way that he's known is preserved. But there is also another thing here with Bloomberg. He is genuinely distressed about what he's seeing. He also knows more than we do. At the base of the pack, we have the Lovers. We have the King of Swords, this investigation, and the Nine of Pentacles, which of course is Trump. Now, I have got the Judgment card here. So bringing this presidency to an end and restoring balance. These are good cards for Bloomberg. He may be not perfect. His past is certainly going to come back in some way, but he really genuinely wants Trump out. He really is strongly motivated. He knows things we don't know. Now, that could be tied back to his mayor 12, 13 years as mayor of New York. What did he see? What does he know? He desperately wants this president gone. Okay, shall we ask that last question? What does Bloomberg know? Because Bloomberg is, in a way, the spy in the camp as that mayor of New York. Let's just quickly, I'm not going to, I don't want this reading to be overly long. Let's quickly ask the cards. What does Mike Bloomberg know? What does Mike Bloomberg know? Going back into the past, what does Bloomberg know? What does that could be why that Moon card came out. Aha! The Moon and the Four of Swords could be why Trump might hold back on Bloomberg, because Bloomberg might know something. What does Mike Bloomberg know about Donald Trump? What does Mike Bloomberg know about Donald Trump? Whoa, Knight of Swords, truth, taking action on some sort of truth. The Two of Rods, he's got a plan. He might be holding back some information. He knows about Trump's money loss and Trump's debts is what I'm feeling. I'm getting somebody touching my hair. Here, he potentially with this World card understands who Trump is indebted to. The Page of Rods is hiding something, some sort of communication. He may even have something from the past, I feel, with this Queen of Rods. The Hierophant, a higher source, and the last card is the Five of Rods. He knows something. He knows something. Here we go. The Page of Pentacles. He knows something about Trump's and the Page of Swords again. 3 pages. And the Page of Cups. He knows. Oh, and Trump. And the 10 of Swords. Okay. 3 pages. At the base of the pack, Bloomberg has information around the money. He knows the extent of Trump's money loss. And he knows that through being the mayor of New York, and he desperately wants Trump gone. I'm going to leave it there because my laptop's getting a bit hot, and I'll be back again with another reading soon. Mike Bloomberg, a full bottle of secrets on Donald Trump, desperately wants Trump gone.